Would you pay 44% more for housing to save 4% on health care? That's the Palm Springs trade-off in 2025. Let's break it down. Today, we're diving deep into what it really costs to live in Palm Springs and the entire Coachella Valley in 2025. Whether you're planning a move, already a local, or just curious about our desert paradise, this video will give you the most up-to-date information on everything from housing to groceries to utilities across all 9 cities of our beautiful valley. Hi, Neal here, you're living in Palm Springs Realtor. The big question on everyone's mind is just how expensive is Palm Springs in 2025? According to the latest data, living in Palm Springs is now 20.4% higher than the national average. That might sound steep, but when you consider the lifestyle, the weather, and the amenities that you get here, many residents will tell you it's worth every penny. Let's break down what that means for your wallet. According to bestplaces.net, Palm Springs gets a cost of living score of 131.2, which means the total cost of housing, food, childcare, transportation, healthcare, taxes, and other necessities is 31.2% higher than the U.S. average and 12.5% higher than the California average. But here's some good news. Healthcare in Palm Springs is actually 4.5% lower than the national average. That's a nice surprise, right? Let's dive in deeper into housing since it's typically your biggest expense. For renters, there's actually some good news in Palm Springs. While the overall cost of living is higher than the national average, apartment rental rates tend to be fairly comparable to national figures. Studios and one-bedrooms are moderately priced, while larger units with 2 or more bedrooms command a greater premium. If you're looking to buy, however, that's where Palm Springs premiums becomes very apparent. Home prices in Palm Springs proper and some of the other 9 cities here in the Coachella Valley are significantly above the national average. We're talking a substantial difference that reflects the desirability of this area. It's also important to understand the concept of leased land in Palm Springs. Many properties here sit on land that's owned by members of the Agua Caliente band of Cahuilla Indians, meaning you purchase the structure, but you pay a monthly fee for the land underneath the structure, the leased land. This can affect both purchase price and monthly expenses, so it's crucial to understand this before you buy a home here. One of the best things about our valley is the diversity of options across the entire 9 cities of the Coachella Valley. Let's look at how home values compare relatively. Palm Springs and Indian Wells generally command the highest prices. Palm Desert and La Quinta fall in the upper middle range. Cathedral City offers mid-range options, while Desert Hot Springs, Indio, and Coachella typically provide more affordable alternatives. The market tends to appreciate steadily year over year, with some cities seeing stronger growth than others. The housing market here is heavily influenced by seasonal residents and tourism, creating an interesting opportunity for those who understand these cycles. While prices continue to increase across the board, the spectrum of options means there's likely something for most budgets somewhere here in our beautiful Coachella Valley. Remember, regardless of which city you choose, you're still getting that spectacular desert lifestyle with mountain views, amazing weather, and access to all the amenities that make the Coachella Valley very special. Have you been surprised by certain costs after moving here to the desert? Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Let's talk food. When it comes to grocery shopping in Palm Springs, you can expect to pay about 17% more than the national average overall. But the breakdown is interesting. Some items are surprisingly affordable, while others come with that desert premium. Dairy products like milk tend to be relatively reasonably priced compared to other grocery categories. Eggs and fresh bread, however, typically run a little bit higher than the national average, about a quarter more than what you pay in other parts of the country. Fresh produce is where you'll find the difference. Fruits like bananas, apples, and berries cost more here than elsewhere. The transportation cost to bring fresh produce to our desert oasis definitely shows up in your grocery bill. Interestingly, some items like wine and certain prepared foods actually tend to be cheaper here than the national average. So your pizza and wine night might be more budget-friendly than you might think. For the best grocery deals in the Coachella Valley, consider shopping at stores like Winco Company, Grocery Outlet, and Aldi, which tend to have better prices than the higher-end stores. And you won't want to miss out on our local farmers markets either. While specialty items there might be pricey, seasonal local produce can often be a great deal, especially during harvest time. Many locals do their major grocery shopping in the early morning or the evening hours during the summer months to avoid the heat, and some stores even offer early bird or evening discounts to encourage shopping during these off-peak times. Living in the desert means air conditioning is non-negotiable for much of the year. The average monthly energy bill in Palm Springs runs about $238, which is 19% higher than the national average. Phone bills, on the other hand, average about $177, which is actually 9% lower than the national average. If you're moving to Palm Springs, consider investing in solar. Yes, the upfront cost is significant, but with our 300+ days of sunshine, it can seriously reduce those energy bills in the long run, especially in the summertime. Getting around the Coachella Valley comes with its own set of considerations for your budget. Generally speaking, fuel costs here tend to run consistently higher than the national average, a premium we pay for living here in the desert. One thing to keep in mind, though, is if you're planning to settle here, most residents find having a car is essential, as our 9 cities are spread out across the entire Coachella Valley. The Coachella Valley is approximately 45 miles long from northwest to southeast, so having your own car provides the most flexibility for our daily life. For those looking to save on transportation costs, Sunline Transit Agency provides public transportation options throughout the entire Coachella Valley. Their routes connect the major cities and attractions, making it possible to get around without a car if you're willing to spend the time. They also offer a growing fleet of hydrogen fuel cell buses, part of the Valley's commitment to cleaner transportation. Another transportation consideration here in the desert is vehicle maintenance. Our hot summer temperatures can be tough on batteries and cooling systems, while dust can affect filters and mechanical components. Budget for regular maintenance to avoid larger repair bills down the road. And if you're living here part-time or seasonal, you may want to consider, if you're leaving your car here, a car cover if you're going to leave it for extended periods of time. And don't forget about ride-sharing services, which are widely available throughout the entire Coachella Valley, and they can be cost-effective for occasional trips when you don't want to drive your own car. And of course, in recent years, we've seen more electric charging stations popping up all across the Coachella Valley, making EV ownership increasingly practical for people that live here in the desert. Here's some good news for your budget. Healthcare in the Coachella Valley is actually one of the few categories where you might find yourself spending less than the national average. Doctor's visits tend to be the best value, with notable costs lower than what you might typically pay elsewhere in the country. The cost of optometrist services also trend below the national average, making eye care relatively affordable. Dental care runs slightly higher than the national norm, but still remains reasonably priced compared to major metropolitan areas. Why is healthcare more affordable here in the Coachella Valley? Well, several factors come into play. The Coachella Valley has developed into something of a healthcare hub, with excellent facilities like the Eisenhower Health Complex in Rancho Mirage, Desert Regional Medical Center in Palm Springs, and JFK Memorial Hospital in Indio. This concentration of medical providers creates healthy competition that helps keep prices in check. The Valley also attracts a significant retirement population, which has led to a robust network of specialized care facilities and practitioners that experience treating older adults. This established infrastructure benefits residents of all ages. Many healthcare providers offer seasonal resident programs and telemedicine options, making it easier to maintain consistent care even if you split your time between the desert and elsewhere. And don't overlook the health benefits of our dry climate, which many respiratory patients find helpful, and it reduces symptoms and the need for certain medications. So, how can you make the most of your time and the most of your money here in the Coachella Valley? Well, here are some local tips. Consider the off-season. Many local businesses offer local specials during summer months when tourism drops. Shop around for housing. Look beyond Palm Springs proper if you're budget conscious. Take advantage of free activities like hiking in Indian canyons, visiting palm oases, and enjoying our incredible public parks that cost nothing but time. Energy efficiency matters. Invest in good insulation and smart home features to keep those AC bills manageable. And buy seasonal and local. Our farmers markets offer great prices on fresh local produce. Let's talk about what you're getting for your money here. The Coachella Valley offers an incredible lifestyle that many find well worth the premium. Year-round sunshine, breathtaking mountain views, world-class golf courses, a vibrant arts and culture scene, amazing restaurants, and proximity to both beach and mountain getaways. Now you know about all the real costs of living here in Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley in 2025. Yes, it is higher than the national average, but with some smart planning and budgeting, desert living can be within reach. I'd love to know, are you surprised by any of these numbers? Is Palm Springs more or less expensive than you might have thought? Drop a comment below. I'd like to know your thoughts. If you have any questions about living here in the Palm Springs area, be sure to schedule a free Zoom call with me. If you're thinking of moving or buying or selling here, let me know. I want to make your experience as smooth as possible, and there's no obligation. Just click on the link in the description below. Palm Springs in 2025 offers a unique blend of natural beauty, architectural heritage, affordable luxury, and a diverse community. Whether you're seeking sunshine, outdoor adventures, or a vibrant cultural scene, all with more affordable California living, Palm Springs does continue to deliver as Southern California's desert gem. Now, watch this next video with all the things I wish I'd known before moving here to Palm Springs.